Hi, I'm Ned, and I've started streaming. This is a recording from my live stream over on twitch.tv/NedMakesGames. I'm live most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. US Eastern Time. I'd love to see you there.
Okay, hey everybody. Hope you've all had a great day so far. My morning's not been too bad. Let's see, webcam's looking a little blue. Okay, alright, so last time we were working on some procedural animations. I wanted to try to get the little gopher to put his arms out to try to catch the ball whenever it comes close. I actually worked on it a little bit off stream, but only for like 30 minutes or so. But yeah, so it's kind of working, although the rotation is a little weird. But yeah, he at least puts his arms out. And then we can also yeah, make him go to like an idle stance if we want to. Okay, so I think now we need to, well, obviously we need to get the palms to face the ball better. And then also, and then, yeah, then the palms need to rotate to be on the ball, and then also we need to figure out how to get the positions to match a little better. Right now, I think seems to not work perfectly, but the hands are supposed to have the same Y coordinate as the ball, but that doesn't seem to be going. Oh, it's hard to see because it's like localized, but okay. So I thought we might try to simplify it to try to fix like one problem at a time. Okay, so one thing that was happening was last time we were using, because we move the hands forward, so when we do that we have to recalculate the direction to the target. That's what I did here, but it seems like that doesn't really fix the rotation completely. Okay, well, you know what? It's because this position, that's like the local space position, but then this target's position is in world space. Okay, so what I need to do is here I need to add the local, this the parent's position to this to get the world space position. So that should help that. Do I want to just, I could just have, I'm trying to decide if it'd be better if this orientation just always worked in world positions. Because then if I wanted to have it in local position, all I'd have to do is just combine it with the parent's local position and everything. That might be a little easier than having to switch between local and world space all the time. But let's see how this looks. Oh, right. It doesn't like... You have to cast it before you can add. Okay. Well, at least the rotation seems to work. Although, yeah, it's bringing the hands up too high. They seem to be kind of like exaggerated. So it seems... So is that right on the hold anchor? Well, not exactly, but... It seems that the farther you get away from the hold anchor, the more extreme or the farther the hands are from the center. But at least they're rotated correctly, so that's nice. All right. Yeah, I think we should just do world positions for everything. I guess the other thing is we could just convert the target position to always be in local space too. Maybe that's what I should do. Because, you know, I'm thinking, so if we put the target's position into local space and then just kind of pass that through, then this could also just be a local rotation. Just trying to think if that would be easier to deal with or not. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably just better to do world rotation for everything because otherwise, what am I trying to say? Like when we do local, when we rely on local coordinates, then this position starts to creep in to be important, which maybe we don't really want. And it's not that difficult to add in the characters' center position into all this stuff. Okay, so all we have to do here, so idle animation. We would just compose these together. Okay, and then here we would also do this. Okay, so let's make sure this is correct. Huh. Okay, so if I move the gopher around, the hands also move with him. And then if I rotate, okay. So that's one thing we've got to deal with. Oh yeah, so basically this position we need to, or here we need to rotate around the... Don't really want to have to do that. Let's see. Okay, maybe the easiest way is just to change the target to be in local position. It's just let's see. So if we change, so this part would still be in global rotation or global space. So whenever we change this, that would basically change the frame of reference, which might be kind of confusing. So we probably have to end up taking that into account anyway, because we'd have to transform everything to be based on this like calculated rotation. So I don't know if it really makes much difference if we transformed it to local space. So what we'd have to do, well, I guess technically we don't really have to do this because we'll always just stand straight up. Okay, so this should be right, I hope. Okay, that works, and also this works. Okay. Just so that we don't have to pipe body rotation quite so much. Okay, so now here we got to do the same type of thing. Um, oop. And then also the left and right rotations will just be the total rotation as well. Oh wait, is that correct? Oh yeah, because all right. So since this is all global position, actually now these two things are they're meaningless. So because we just kind of overwrite them and we set the left and right hand rotations. Okay, well, I guess that's a kind of good thing because that's one less value that we have to interpolate between. So let's just go ahead and get rid of them. Okay, so what I need to do, I'll just add this in here. And then yeah, these will just be rotated like that. And then for here, we'll just not worry about it for a second. Okay, so I think, let's see. Right now so if I move the gopher up, okay, the hands don't change position, but don't, oh, okay. Yeah, I need to add this part in here. Okay, but yeah, I wanted to check idle as well. Yeah, no, when it gets close to this, they just go to 0 because we don't handle that yet. Okay, so that's all good. Okay, so here, yeah, we don't have to convert to local space anymore, which is nice. Okay, so I think what was happening before is that because we kind of push the hands forward in the target direction. Um, which is fine, but maybe we don't even need this first part. Yeah, because I think that was the reason why like the hands were kind of overshooting the the altitude target. Okay, so again we want, yeah, so from this new position we want to, actually wait, so if we, this is just solely on the same axis as where we were before, so that means that this direction's not going to change, so I don't have to recalculate it. I think I can just, oh yeah, so I need to add the radius to it, but I think this will just work. I don't have to rotate because I already handled that. Okay, so well, do I like that? So now the hands aren't always straight, but are like they're not gosh, they don't fall on the same plane. Is that I mean, that's kind of like almost naturally how it would work, but I don't know if that's how I want it to work specifically in this game. Because I kind of want them to come up and then be able to catch the ball. So this one should probably move forward. Okay, so what I should do, I should find a position and then like find the value that's perpendicular to that and then offset the hands. I guess kind of like how we were doing it before. So this will be a new center position. Wait, isn't that kind of what I'm doing? Oh, except this catch radius was just in the x axis and not an axis that's perpendicular to the rotation. So I guess I do need to do the multiplication. Okay, there we go. So now they're in the same plane, which I think I like better because yeah, they can actually, the hands touch the ball. Okay, so now what I want to do is I need to change that reach distance to kind of match the ball so they always just touch it. They don't go inside of it. Like in the final game, we would stop it right here, but But actually, I think that's starting to look not too bad. We need some feedback on the face, of course. But, yeah. Okay, so basically I just need to change this catch like forward into a range, I guess. In fact, let's simplify this. We're starting to get so many variables. Interpolation radius. Okay, and then I guess that should go up there to be more formatted. So we want to pick, basically this distance should match the target, but be clamped into that range. Okay, so we already have the distance, so I'll just get it passed in so we don't have to calculate it again. Because it's not super cheap. Okay, so reach equals math clamp. Okay, and then this will be the new offset. Okay, so the other thing is also this will reach towards the center of the ball, but we actually want to reach towards the edge of it, so we need to subtract the radius from the distance. Let's see. I guess that means that the distance, yeah, is a little bit, yeah, because this is the distance to the center, so distance to the edge is slightly closer to us, so yeah, we subtract that right there. Oh, I need to give this the distance. Okay, so let's update this. I guess just for testing, let's put it at 0.1 and then 2. That's pretty far, but yeah, it's way too far, but we can see that it's working, and it does actually touch the ball. But one thing I want to do also is that each finger or hand should kind of be rotated a little bit so that you know, it's rotated yeah, so it makes better contact with the surface. So I guess to do that, we need to recalculate this rotation for each hand. So yeah, we can just basically do this look rotation again. There might be a simpler way to do it, but this will work fine. Okay. I'm gonna see if I need to normalize it. Oh. I don't know why, it seems like errors aren't showing up in Visual Studio for some reason today. Maybe I should reload it. Oh yeah, they're backwards, so I just gotta flip. Obviously, we could just flip the order that these are subtracted, but I don't know, this is a little bit more intuitive. I don't probably doesn't make much difference in terms of optimization. Okay, so now the hands do face towards, like they more make better contact with the surface of the ball, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so is there anything else I want to do? Let me see. I guess should the, so this catch radius, I guess it doesn't really matter. I was gonna say, like, should it be based on the radius of the ball, which I guess maybe it should, but in the game I don't think we'll really have potatoes with big, like a big, gosh, I can't talk this morning, that have like big variance in radius, so I don't think it will make much difference. Okay, so let's make it's a bit more sane. So when it gets within about this distance, start getting ready to catch. Could maybe be a little longer. I don't know. We'll have to see when we get the final art in. Okay. So I guess now, so let's see. What will happen is it would start just in an idle position, and then somebody would start aiming the ball at the gopher. So then it would go into, oops. It would go into ready. And then once the ball started getting close, then the hands automatically move up to catch it. Okay, and then it would stop. Okay, so do I want, I was thinking I might want like a push mode, but I think all that would do would maybe move the hands closer together. So, I mean, maybe we can do that. I guess the push mode would definitely change the way this part looks. Or would it really? I don't know. I think it would, because probably the hands would keep moving even after the ball lost contact with them. Kind of like a follow through. And then, yeah, maybe towards the end, the hands kind of like, you know, how when you throw a ball, your fingers leave contact last. So maybe they would rotate forwards a little bit. Yeah, so I think we should have a throw orientation. Okay, so in that case, let's see. Actually, I think this interpolation should be the same for both because that's kind of how. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can just choose the one that we want to use. But I was going to say that's how we know to go between the ready and the either the catch or throw. Let's change this to catch. Yeah, I think that makes it a little bit more obvious what this is doing. Okay, so basically I need the same thing except for throw, and we'll just give it a narrower radius, and then this should also have like a radius where it stays like close to the ball, and then another radius where it like follows the ball but doesn't like stay on it. So let's see, float, soft, I guess this is a multiplier actually. Yeah, and for some reason I'm not getting errors in Visual Studio because I had the duplicate there and it didn't tell me about it. So I'm gonna just reopen it and see if that fixes it. Yeah, I don't need this. Okay. But yeah, first what we'll do. Okay, so I gotta do the same thing for the throw. And then we choose the one. We choose the interpolation distance here based on this value. Oh, hi, Sprite Crater. Okay, you change your name to fit your brand. You were awkward, Brian. Okay, thanks for coming by again. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Making some headway on this procedural animation. How are you doing? trying to think. The naming here is getting a little confusing. So get catch orientation. Get throw orientation. Doing well redesigning your Twitch stuff. Oh, cool. Those look good. Yeah, I love Ace Sprite. It's a very great program. Yeah, I would need to. I'd like to make some more little badges and stuff for my Twitch channel. I just haven't really had a chance yet. But yeah, especially I like your wave icon. It's very clear. Okay, so yeah, we interpolate between these just based on this value. So let's do catch, throw, interpolation, and then float, catch, throw. So here we would interpolate between the catch, throw, interp. Also by this. Okay. And then this last part. Or let's change it to like active as opposed to idle. And this would be the ready and then catch, throw. Okay, something like that. I think that's the most clear. This is the first pixel art character you tried to draw. Well, I think you did a good job. You left him naked and bald. Oh, I see. I thought he had a little t-shirt on, like a white t-shirt, but yeah. Well, it wouldn't be too hard to add. To clothe him a little bit. But yeah, the base is always the most difficult. I've never really been very good at drawing, especially people. So one time, a few years ago, I tried to make like a base sprite for this game I was working on. And it's a lot of work. So I think you did pretty good if that was your first try. Okay, so let's make sure, excuse me. Let's make sure this works. I think I'll just leave this, not catch, leave the throw as the identity so that we can kind of tell what's going on. Oh, you had a reference image and a palette setup. Oh, okay. Well, that's always, still, it's good practice. Okay, so this part works fine. So that's good. And then if I move or put back into idle mode, okay. And nothing happens. Okay, so now it's going into throw mode, which is just the identity. Okay, so here I want when it throws, I want the hands to go slightly farther in, and then okay, so the reach distance needs to be, I think, at least the same as the catch reach, but then the soft distance can be a little farther, and then let's say it follows at like 66%. Uh, um, forget what this was at before. 2 to 4, and then I think the throw will go a little farther. Huh. Okay, so that's a little weird. It's at ready mode when it's close, but then when it gets farther out, I guess I flipped it by accident. The gopher is too much. The face is too cute. Well, thank you so much. I really I'm not super confident in my art skills, so yeah, I'm glad to hear that you like it. I think this yeah, the procedural animation is turning out a lot better than I thought, so but yeah, so it's reversed right now because obviously it's supposed to be the opposite. When it gets close, he's supposed to put his arms out. So what did I mess up here? Okay, so when this is 0, it should go to catch mode, which is right. And then I mean, I could just do 1 minus, but oh, I think that is, yeah, I did this backwards because the ready should be, so right now I have it so that when this is 0, we do the ready animation, but that happens when past the minimum range. So I think probably the most intuitive way to do that is to invert those values. Who can I have shader skills? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty good with shaders, I have to say. Which does help a lot with my lacking modeling skills, but I'd like to practice that a lot more. I think that's probably what I'll try to do with these live streams. Saturate quadratic. Yeah, there's a lot of math. I probably should break this up to make it a little less intimidating, but I don't want to. Usually I try to clean up code once I know everything's working. Okay, so I think this is working good. Okay, so now when I move this over, yeah, it goes to, sure, well, normally it would go to the throw animation, but right now that's just down to the idle position or identity position. So, okay, so that's the next thing to add. And it's kind of a lot like the catch, except we also do that soft follow distance. And then yeah, we have different values here. Throw. Okay. So basically this reach would change a little bit. So I think it would be, yeah, so we add a little bit to the reach if it's farther than this y value up to the z value, and then we multiply that with a multiplier. Hope that made sense. For some reason I'm a little sleepy today, so I'm getting tongue-tied, but yeah, for sure. I always get it working and then get it working right. That's a good way to think about it. I guess, yeah, I guess we'll clamp it. Okay, no, we'll do it this way. I think this will be a little simpler. So min target distance minus, starting to get a little confusing. So distance equals, let's do this. Distance to the surface equals target distance minus the target radius. So that way I won't have to worry about that twice. Okay, so we'll take the minimum of, I guess we are going to clamp it. Yeah, let's play. Because what I want to do is do throw reach distance dot y, and then take the minimum of that from, or clamp it between 0 and then, let's see, y. Okay, yeah, this is starting to be a bit complicated. And then a throw multiplier. Okay, and then I think the rest of this should just work. You understand the math when it's typed out like I have it, but you couldn't come up with the math for it even, or know what to look for on Google. Reading the code, you know exactly what's happening. Probably, yeah. I kind of know what you mean, actually. It's easy to, well, it's easy for me to, oh. Okay, well, I just got disconnected, so I'll finish my thought in a second. But yeah, oh, that's annoying. I'm not even dropping frames. Okay. Hopefully it'll come back in a second. I know everybody on YouTube can still see what's going on. I'm just gonna put a little. Okay, I'm back. Lost internet for a bit. Oh, okay. That's annoying. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, when I look at some code, it is relatively easy to follow the algorithm, but I think there was this debate in another Discord that I'm a member of, that like mathematicians kind of like to, they use so many symbols that makes it really hard to read, and it also makes it hard to Google. So yeah, that's kind of a shame. And then like algorithms usually have like specific names, and you kind of have to know what the name is to be able to Google it. So I definitely understand what you mean. Okay. Let's see how this works. So the target goes in, and then we switch to throw mode, and the hands should get closer together, which they do. And then when we move away, they keep contact until a certain distance, and then they follow with a soft value, and then, okay, that looks pretty good. One see. One other thing I want to try to do. Like I said, I kind of want the hands to rotate forward like the fingers are, like you're trying to give it one final touch with your fingers. So maybe this value, I kind of need to use this as an interpolation for that rotation. Because yeah, they'll start rotating when the fingers lose contact, or when the palm loses contact. So soft follow interpolator would be basically we'd unlarp. Yeah. Maybe this will make this a little easier to understand. So distance to surface, throw, reach, distance. Makes things even harder. Never were the one to pay attention in school. Yeah, well, I understand. I also think that in school they don't really teach math very well, so I wish that they would focus less on like memorizing random formulas and more on kind of like showing you the practical applications of math. I think then students would be a lot more into it, but okay, so now we have like the percentage that the distance is between y and z. Because this is going to be, I don't really like having to calculate it twice here, but I think I'm not sure the best way to do it. I guess we'll just leave this how it is. Another way we could do it is do like math. We could just do another LARP between y and z following that soft follow interpolation. I don't know, maybe that be a good idea. Also, I want to saturate this because unlarp does not automatically saturate it. I mean, I guess we could do it like this. Maybe this would be easier to understand. So we start at 0 and then, yeah, I guess this would be better. So reach distance. Yeah, because it has the clamp already built in, I guess. It's hard to teach practical applications without being somewhat of an expert on the topic, and typically experts don't teach, not in high school. I guess that's kind of true. Yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate reality of it. Okay, I'm just looking over the code to see if I need to do anything else. I guess I need to add the rotation to it. So that would happen after the look or before the look rotation. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so quaternion, fingers forward is an Euler rotation, which just means it's around the XYZ axes. So this would be around the X axis. Okay, so let's add throw a finger rotation. Okay, yeah, this will also be in, well, it should be in radians, I guess. Okay, so it's gonna start in, okay, we'll just leave it in radians, even though it's kind of difficult to input into the inspector. I think it'll be fine because we'll probably end up setting this from code mostly. If pay for teaching the subject was competitive to what they could actually get in the world or in the field, then maybe, but only colleges can afford that. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Which is, it's a shame, but I've always thought that teachers should get paid more. Okay, so I think I can just do something like this. I don't. We'll have to see if we need to do more a smarter interpolation. Okay, so now I need to multiply this. Okay, actually, yeah, so we need to apply the look rotation afterwards because we want to rotate on the x-axis first and then rotate the palms to match the ball. So when you multiply rotations, order is opposite. So if we want this to happen first, it needs to go second in the multiplication. All right. Yeah, this is weird. For some reason, Visual Studio isn't showing errors, and I restarted it, and it's still not happening. Yeah, I don't know why that would be, but okay. I forgot the third value. Oh wait. So yeah, we don't even have to do an interpolation since we start from 0. We can just kind of multiply. Or not kind of multiply, just multiply. Okay, so let's turn. Oh yeah, so I didn't. Okay, so let's just trying to think about what. So pi is 3, so half pi, 90 degrees is like around 1.5. So let's just set this to 1. Oh, they disappeared. Okay, so the position. Are they still? Oh, okay, so they went inside the ball. So obviously something is wrong with the rotation, I guess. That's kind of funny because the finger rotation is supposed to happen as. Okay, I think something is wrong, obviously. Okay, so let's turn off. Let's just set this to quaternion identity and let's see what happens. I feel like I maybe messed up something with soft follow. Okay, yeah, so for some reason when it touches the ball, it disappears inside. Okay, so let's just always add 0. Okay, so we unlerp, which gives us a percentage between y and z, which is what I want. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so the soft follow interpolation should be 0 whenever distance is less than y because of the unlerp, and then I saturate it. So that should cancel out this. So how come it goes inside the ball? I'm just gonna log this value. Because when it goes inside the ball, that kind of implies that it's like being pushed forward. Okay, so it's 0, which... Okay. So it's not 0 when it's that far away, but... I need to turn off flaps. And now it's 1. So for some reason, it's 1 when it touches y. Okay. This is not working how I mean, we had it working a second ago and it didn't really change anything. Well, I guess I did. I changed the way this math worked. Okay, so yeah, so it should not be 0 here because I don't know why it jumps to 1. That's funny. Oh. Yeah, I get confused because these functions, they seem to just kind of arbitrarily do the argument order. Okay, so yeah, because the clamp, yeah, so clamp is like this, where you put the value to clamp as the first argument and then the bounds. But lerp and unlerp put the bounds first and then the argument to interpolate between, which is always confusing to me. Yeah. So yeah, I just had those arguments flipped around. Yeah, the reason that Unity's done that is because that's how it is in HLSL. So they're just trying to match, but yeah, I don't like how it does that. Okay, so yeah, now it's working how I'd expect it to. Although they don't seem to really be following. Yeah, they're just like, they're not moving forward. Okay, so now I'm just going to print that out so we can see what that value looks like. Okay, so technically it is spinning out a correct thing, but it doesn't seem like the hands are moving. Is it an optical illusion? No, they're definitely not moving out. What if I set this to 1? Yeah, because if I set it to 1, then they should always stick to the side of the ball. So I'm adding this to the reach. And then I use it right here in the position, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Is it because the quaternion identity is still there? I wonder. But yeah, I feel like this position isn't moving, but the quaternion only affects the rotation, so... But I guess we could test and see if the finger rotation works, then we know it's not that anyway. It doesn't look like it's rotating either. So let's just make this really huge so we can see. Yeah. So something weird is... Oh, you know what? Okay, I think doing silly mistakes. Yeah, I don't have the throw mode on, so that's why that wasn't happening. Okay, so yeah, now the rotation's working, but it's backwards, so I just need to set it to negative. But yeah, so now it's following the ball as well. Okay. So that was a silly mistake. I'm just gonna set that to 1 so it stays in throw mode. Yeah, I know. It happens. Okay, that looks pretty good actually. So now, yeah, when they throw, the fingers kind of push forward to give one last little push or little boost to the ball. I don't really know how obvious this will be in the game, but I think this is a little detail that looks pretty good. And then it moves back to ready position. Okay, yeah, so, and then I can move this back. Oh, hey, Rowan. How are you doing? And thanks, Sprite Crater. Yeah, I think it is looking pretty good. So if I move back to catch mode, then yeah, he gets ready to catch the ball. Yeah, and in catch mode, the hands don't go out as far, but that's fine. Okay, so now I think we might be ready to try to hook this up to the actual code. So what would happen? Well, let's just go see how it would work. I like these values I have here, so I'm going to copy them. I can't remember if I changed anything. Okay, and let's set that to 0. And now I'll apply everything to the prefab. Okay. I guess let's get rid of this debug log. Okay, so yeah, this code, especially here, is a little confusing, but come back to it later. Trying to see, did I leave anything hanging? I think it's all good. So yeah, let's go try hook it up to the rest of the game. So we'll go in the gameplay test. Press play. Okay, so we get a problem. So the variable hand animator has not been assigned. Oh, well that shouldn't happen because yeah, if the target is null, then we just... Oh, I did not return. Okay. Yeah, so if target's null, we should just return the idle orientation. Okay. So now what we want to do is, like I said, some of this will be a little strange because of the way the AI works, but basically your gopher will be in idle mode until somebody targets it, and then it'll go into ready mode, and then it will just track the bomb as it moves forward. Okay, so let's try that. And maybe not worry so much about interpolating right now and just kind of set values. I think the easiest way is if I just have a script, a single script that handles like coordinating with the animator. Let's see. Okay, so this class I think is going to be kind of complicated, but well, maybe not too bad, but it's going to basically hook into almost every other system. Right, so first of all, we need a list of players. No, just oh yeah, it's called player state. And then we need. Okay, I think that's fine. I guess in the character model, we should have a reference to the hand animator. Go ahead and set that. Okay, so player states equals states dot players. And okay. Also, I guess if the player is in a game over state, their hand will just be idle. Alright, so private void update player. Alright, so like I said, if player dot is game over, then let's see. Then we'll put it into idle mode. Okay, let's rename this. All right. Okay, so then it goes out of idle mode if it's being targeted by something. So private. So int find targeting player. So yeah, we'll return our player index. No, I need the index. So, come on. So var player equals player states P, and then if player dot is game over, or P equals target player ID, then we want to skip this one. So like that. Okay, maybe this would be, there's not really any reason to do that. Let's do if it game over is false and the index is not the target player ID, then we need to see if player dot targeting player ID equals target player ID. Okay, so this is actually not too difficult. So in this case, we'd return the index of the player that's targeting us. Right, and the index in the list is the same as the ID, I think. Yeah. Okay. So player targeting me equals find targeting player. So if player targeting me is greater than 0, or greater than or equal to 0, then I need to rotate to face that player. Okay, so how do I want to do this? The problem here is that if multiple players are targeting me, then I should face the one. Yeah, well, I need to face the one that's probably been targeting me the longest, or the one that has the bomb that's closest to me. No, rotation is something that's kind of separate from this, so maybe I should have another class that handles the rotation. It'll have a lot of logic in common, but I guess that's okay. I can, if I can move this somewhere else. Okay, so that means we need to introduce some state, which is a little, always a little dangerous, because it gives a lot of chance for bugs. But yeah, I think we have to, because otherwise we'll just always face towards the player that's first in the array, which might look not might not look the best. Okay, I think I have to do it. I'm just trying to decide, do I want to just put the state in this class, or do I want to put it in the player state? Because I could do something like, I don't know, public and first targeting player. If I do that, then I should have another grep that just sets this variable, which I guess is not a huge deal. So that's the player that's been targeting me the longest. Or the one that has a bomb that's closest to me. Um, yeah, I think I should do that because that logic is actually going to be important for a lot of animations. Okay, let's call this most focused player. Well, actually, yeah, so if we're, well, we're always going to be targeting somebody actually. So shouldn't we just face in the direction that we're targeting? Okay, but I guess the hands. So if we have a, yeah, that's a good point. So if we have a bomb, the hands are going to be carrying the bomb, which actually, well, no, I do have. I was going to say I don't really have a carry state, but we do. It's just the push state. Yeah, so we're going to rotate towards the direction that we're targeting. I guess the hands. I'm thinking because like I said before, I kind of want to support multiple bombs, but obviously, yeah, if we have multiple bombs, the animation will be a little interesting. So we'll have to see how that works. But yeah, for now, we only have one bomb, so. Okay, so I guess this still could happen. So if we're targeting, say, the character on our left, but a bomb is incoming from the character on our right, the hand should always face the closest bomb. And if there's no bombs in the air, they should face the way that we're targeting. Okay, so that means. Okay, well, I think I'm maybe overthinking it a little too much. I guess I still kind of need to have this because if there's no bomb, we want to just like. Well, I guess okay. So if there's no bombs in the air, will we just? I guess we'll just face the. Or the hands will face the direction that we're targeting. So I guess I didn't even need this code. That's fine. Gonna have to walk through it. All right. Okay. So like I said, we need to find the closest bomb and face that. Well, okay. So first, I guess I should write this down. So first, face if holding bomb face targeting direction. If any bomb in the air face nearest bomb. And then otherwise face targeting direction. Okay, so this is kind of nice because now we don't really have to store our own state. And I think this actually is the best, so. Oh, hi, Kine. Thanks for coming by. How you doing today? So yeah, I guess we don't need this code anymore. I guess I'll leave this function in case I change my mind, but I think this is probably the best, the most intuitive. And then like the actual body will always face the direction that we're targeting. Okay, so first of all, if player dot is hold, let's see, holding bombs count. Okay, so if this is greater than 0, that means we're holding a bomb. So our okay, actually, yeah. So this part, yeah, I kind of switched from doing the animation modes to worrying about rotation, but okay, so let's do int facing player position. Let's see, so yeah, we have targeting player ID. The way I did this is a little confusing. Did I? Yeah, I wonder if it would have been better if I just had targeting position index and then I could find the player in that index when I need to. But that's not how I did it. I guess this isn't much different because I can just although I feel like if I change it, it's going to introduce a lot of bugs. But I think that it would have been better if this actually targeted the position index instead of the player, instead of like a player ID in case the player ever changed positions. Kind of want to change it. I guess if I'm, because I feel like the best time to do it would have been originally, but the second best time is now before it gets even more complicated. I think the reason I did it like this is because it's easier to look up players by their player ID instead of by their position, but like I said, if players switch positions, then we'll just magically follow them, which might not be the best idea. What am I coding? I'm working on kind of, well, it's based off a Mario Party minigame, but basically it's kind of like hot potato. And right now I'm trying to hook up, I've been working on hand animations, and I'm trying to hook those up to the rest of the game. You can see these little gopher character will try to hold on to this ball. Let's see. So I want to hook this up to the rest of the game. So yeah, that's throw mode, but turn this off. Now it'll try to catch, and then I can change to throw mode like this, and then yeah, it'll throw the ball. That's what I'm working on right now, but I've run into a couple of issues. Okay. Yeah, so this was kind of an unfortunate decision on my part, but all right. So that's probably going to introduce a ton of bugs, but okay, so this is already working. Oops, why is it in insert mode? Based on position index. Let's just go through and try to fix some of this stuff. Okay, well, we're not using this anymore, so... Okay, so what this is doing is seeing... Okay, so let's see if it can throw. So if the player is in the game, it's holding a bomb, and then we have to make sure that there's a player at the targeting position. Okay, so I already have this get at position. Where was I? I was gonna say, how efficient do I need to make this? This isn't called very often, so not super efficient. What's it not like? Oh, I have to give it the player list. Okay, so now, yeah, we just looked up the player ID at that position. Okay, so this throw data. No, should throwing also target a position instead of a player? I feel like it probably should. But right now, will all the gophers be under player's control AI or controlled by another player? I'm going to have an option to have local multiplayer. So each gopher can have its own player, and then, or AI. So I guess all of the above. I'd like to do online multiplayer. And actually this game would not be too hard to retrofit to work with online multiplayer because it's not... Well, I guess it is kind of real time. Because usually it's really hard to retrofit a game to have online multiplayer. And just because of time, I didn't want to, like, force myself to do it, but that might be I think I might try later on. Yeah, because I have to finish this game by the end of the month, so... Anyway, so do I want to keep... So if this is just targeting a position, that's probably better, but... Yeah, I'm just thinking, because if I change this to target a position instead of a player, then I'm going to have to look through the player list every frame to find a player at that position. But I guess that's not really that big of a deal because the list is only 4 objects long. But I guess I'll leave this because this isn't quite as big of a deal. Because if I want to change the throw state to work on positions instead of players, all I have to do is just change this throw state. Like, not that much stuff depends on it. So I think that's okay. Okay, so all I have to do here is instead of adding the player index, we just add the position. Okay, I think we're almost. Okay, so this is actually simple to fix. Okay. All right, so that's fixed up. Clear this. So like I said, the only issue is if I want to change this. But yeah, see, it's only really what happens when things have to do with throwing. Although I guess I'm just about to make something that has to look through all the active throws to see if something is coming. So yeah, technically what should happen is we should have this from player and then also a from position and then a target position. Maybe I should just go ahead and do that. Yeah, so this does beg the question, what happens when a bomb hits a position with no player? Yeah, is a good question, but we'll have to deal with that. Like right now, there's always going to be a player at every position, but I don't really want to hard code that in because I think, like I said, I want to try to build on this system. So, and I think it would be cool if you could kind of move around. Okay, so yeah, got a bunch of errors, but they won't be super hard to fix, I don't think. Okay, so we hand off to player, so now we just need to... Yeah, so I'm just going to assume that there's always a player at the throw position, which is true. For now, anyway. And we can fix that whenever it's not true. Okay. Let's see. So all I have to do here is instead of adding the index, I can just add the position. Okay, so let's choose that. Chosen position. Okay, so this. Alright, so I got the from position and the to position. Target position, okay. And same with this part. Alright, so I think retrofitted all that. I guess I just made different assumptions when I built the game, but I think this will be good because I don't really want to build too much on that code when I know it's something I want to change later. So the way to select a gopher to throw the ball to, you hover, click on them. That's one way to do it. I haven't actually made the input so far. Right now, all you can do, well, these are all AI, but you can press buttons to select the left, right, and center gopher. I think I want to control. Well, since this is supposed to have local multiplayer, I can't really have like only mouse controls. So okay, I need to let people play with like game pads or the keyboard. Gamepads is easy though, you can just use the joystick. But yeah, that's another thing I need to work on is input. I think that's probably the next thing I'll do after we've gotten most of the art complete. I guess after the gopher, I gotta build the bomb. And then I have to do kind of the scenery. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to this. Okay, so the hands. I think I should rearrange this a little bit. Okay, so again, if we're holding a bomb, then we want to face the targeting direction. Okay, so this should actually be facing position. Equals player dot targeting position. Yeah, that's fine. And then if not, then I need to face the nearest bomb. So let's see. Private. And find nearest bomb direction. Okay, so that means I need a list of throw state. Oh, I was getting confused. I can't use throw because that's a built-in keyword. Okay, so if If throw dot target position equals the target position we're looking for. Okay, so I guess I need to keep track of the nearest progress and then nearest source position. Or I think I called it from position. Okay, so if throw dot progress is less than or greater than nearest progress, then that, and then the nearest from position equals that. Oh yeah, and this should be a float, which I think is what that other error is about. Also, I can condense this if. Okay, so now we've found the nearest bomb, so we could just return that. Okay. Okay, so if this is greater than or equal to 0, then that means that we found something. Okay, and so otherwise, if facing position is still less than 0, which means it hasn't been set, I guess I could just do an else if, can't I? There should just be a bunch of else's. Okay, so yeah, now we just face the direction we're targeting again. Okay. Okay, so I thought this might be a problem. Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, so I calculate the look rotation here, but I don't. Yeah, so I need to be able to calculate this based on just any position. So probably I should just make a helper script to do that. So let's see. Game position helper. Okay, so let's do vector 3. See, game, let's see, position, index to world position. Okay, and I think I could just take this code. All right. So I guess one issue is this ring radius and ring center should really be in some global settings. I don't know if I'll ever have more than one game field, but in case I do, I'm just gonna make a class for it. So this will be, I guess I could call it stage. I don't know. I'll just call it field asset database. And this will have just the ring center. And then ring radius. Okay, so that way get rid of this stuff, but I guess I'll leave it for a second. Okay, so here that means I need to pass the field asset database that we're going to use, because we'll need the constants. Then do I need, I guess I do need the num players as well. Just sort of, I guess, I mean, I could make this positioning helper have this info itself. Maybe I should just do that. Just make it a mono behavior. The only downside to this is that it can't be static. But I guess whatever needs it can just find it. It's not that big of a deal. I think this will make it a little simpler to use. So I need game settings for the number of players, and then I need the asset database. Okay, so this is run on start. Yeah. So I need to make, this needs to run before this other stuff. So I have to remember to set that up. Okay, and then let's also just have the field ID here. Even though, like I said, it'll probably just always be set to 0. Unless, I don't know, I ever decide to make a separate field, which could happen just for fun. Okay, so that means this doesn't need to pass that anymore. Okay, so we finally have that. So now we can do this, which is what I wanted in the first place. So facing from position 2. Okay, so basically I just need to find the positions for each of these and then find the difference between them and then do a from or like a facing rotation. Alright. Okay, so here... I need to get the game positioning helper. And then since I don't store stuff, I guess I need to pass it. Okay, and then we can get rid of that stuff. Um, okay. Where was I? Trying to animate some hands, and I keep going down these rabbit holes. Okay, but I guess before I do that, I should set up stuff. So let's put the position helper. And then the asset database. Add a field. And give it that. Okay, so just make sure it works. Oh, nope. Oh yeah, and I need to make the position helper run early, but no, I can't find it. That didn't fix the bug. The asset link. Well, I mean, I think it runs in awake, but I guess I can make it run super early as well. Okay, that didn't do it. So let's null. So it's either game settings, database, or fields. Oh, yeah. I didn't actually set the database because I accidentally put that var keyword. Oh, again, they're facing backwards, so I need to do a negative. Okay, the ring is too big, so let's fix that real quick. Okay, so That's all set up finally. So now I can do this facing from 2 position to get the hand rotation. Although wait, did I even need to do this? Because now that I think about it, I don't really set the... Is this something that would do the rotation for the actual character? And the actual character... Okay, yeah. Well, I guess I kind of still had to do it because I have to find the nearest bomb because that's what I'd set as the target on the animator. But yeah, I actually don't set a facing here. But let's do character facing manager. I'll just set that up. Well, I have that code ready. And this is basically just going to face the way that we're targeting, so... oh. Okay, it doesn't care about bombs. So basically if the player is game over, then we just face straight ahead. So int facing position. Okay, so this would be our position. We're gonna have to have this already, so let's just make a helper function. So public int, or even better, so here we just turn facing from 2. And then the position directly opposite us, which is half of the total players. And then we have to modulo around the number of players so we don't overflow. Well, I don't think it would actually matter in this case because cosine and sine loop around, but just to make sure. Oh, I don't have it yet. Let's see. probably slightly cleaner in case I have to change the route for whatever reason. Okay, so if we're not game over, then it's just whatever direction we're facing or whatever direction we're targeting. Okay, so for int p equals 0 less than player states. Okay. Here, so we find the nearest bomb and then okay, so this actually just gives us the position. Well, let's test the rotation first because yeah, we got that's a little bit more complicated. Oh, I didn't add it yet. So okay. Yeah, the AI is a little weird, of course, because it just like chooses and immediately throws, but at least it is rotating correctly. Okay. Back to the hands. So we find the nearest bomb, but I actually need to just return the throw index. Okay, because it returns the bomb ID. Oh, what does this do? Okay, so this is returns the index, that returns actual state. Okay, so we have the game object, so I can set that as the target. Okay, so I guess we'll need... well, maybe not. Oh, no, we do. I was going to say, maybe we don't need the bomb state list because we can just use this bomb helper, but the bomb helper needs you to pass it the list of bombs, so... Okay, so this returns the position, which is fine, but I think we actually just need to return the nearest throw ID. Which we don't have because I made this a for each loop. Then we gotta get the bomb, so I guess only if the nearest throw is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Well, I mean, a throw is always gonna have a bomb, so I don't really have to check if this is -1. Okay. I think that's all I have to do, and then the procedural animator takes care of the rest. Okay, so nothing's happening, but that's because they're all in idle mode. So what I actually have to do, I forgot to set that. So right now there's not going to be any smoothing, but I just kind of want to see if it works. Then we'll try to figure out how to smooth it. Okay, so they do pick it up, but it doesn't look that good right now. Okay. So at least it's sort of working. Let's see. So ideally, I'd like to just be able to set this and then it would kind of smoothly interpolate. But, okay, so when does this... Okay, so I want it to be idle when there's a game over, but also idle when we're just standing there. I guess with no bombs and also nobody targeting us. So if somebody's targeting us, then we also want to be ready. Otherwise, we can be idle. And of course, we're not even worrying about throwing right now. It's not really working. So I can simplify this a little bit. Okay, let's make the bombs have a longer fuse. How do I do that? Oh, okay, it's a set in this bomb spawner. Okay, let's go ahead. We can update this since we already have an asset database. Might as well. Okay, so public bomb asset database. Okay, so explode speed and throw speed, I think, are the two stats. Okay, so I kind of want to keep these in here because they might not always conform exactly to the asset. Well, I guess let's just do it. Make them just use the asset for now. Because like I said, I might want to make multipliers, but I don't know how that will work. I guess also the bomb should just have a prefab too. Okay. So I think for now I'll just have it just always use bomb ID 0. I'm not sure how we'll change that, but it'll be fine for now. Does this thing not... Okay, I guess this doesn't progress the throw. Oh, okay. Oops. Okay, and then timer manager. Okay. Okay, so let's throw speed's fine. Let's make these last a lot longer so that we can maybe see what's going on a little better. And then that. Okay. Oh, again, I did the thing with the var. Huh? Oh, explode speed. Yeah, this isn't the period. This is like how fast it goes. So okay, so the AI is kind of messed up too. Because yeah, it automatically, once it's thrown once, it seems to like not try to throw to a different player. How come? Why does that happen? Because yeah, when the timer is over, it sets the phase to inactive. Well, I guess we can watch the state and see what's going on. Okay, seems like something happens where the timer just like instantly pops up. So I probably did something wrong. I did time delta time. Oh, you know what? Maybe for AI, this doesn't ever get reset to false. So it just always stays, the input just is always true. Oh, it's kind of annoying. Let's see, where's the input? Okay, that's because, yeah, it's just updated every time here. All right, Well, I mean, that's not a huge deal. It's just, it's at the beginning. We just need to set this throw button to always false. Okay, so the thing I'm confused about is because like when they get targeted, it doesn't like they should go into ready mode when they're targeted, but they don't. It's stay in idle mode even though this one's still targeting this one. Oh. It does have the idle or the ready interpolation up. Is it just not working? Maybe I messed something up. Let's go back to the animation grab test. Okay, no, that's right. But how come before, like on the other characters, this was up, but they weren't in ready mode? Hmm. All right, I'm a little confused. Let me just comment this out. So that way this is always set to 1. And let's not even set the target. So now what'll happen is it should just be in ready mode. Oh, you know what? It's because if it has no target, the hands aren't going to be in ready mode. Okay, so that's not what I want. Let's see. Yeah, because like if the target's null, then it just returns the idle animation, but what should probably happen is instead it should just return the idle or the ready animation, but the ready animation would just be rotated directly forward. I think I can clean this up a little bit. Okay, this is in world position, so I need to actually just use the rotation of the body as the forward. Body forward. I think that is what I need. Okay, yeah, so now they're all inactive, although, yeah, it's reversed. Okay, so this one actually wasn't being targeted, so it should have... Oh, that's because I don't set it anymore. It said it should have gone into inactive mode, but that's... I gotta turn that off. Also, so here I need to negate that. That one should be inactive. Why is it not doing it? Okay, this one again has no targets. No. No, this one doesn't. Okay, so that's something wrong with this code. Okay, let's do this. Make sure that it works. That this part works, at least. Alright. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out... Yeah, I'm not getting any message, although this, like, right now, this one's not being targeted, so it should not be in ready mode. But it seems like they're smart enough to at least be able to handle when they don't have a target. So that means, I guess this part's running. I guess I could test log. Okay, well, that's kind of what I assumed. So I guess this is always returning something, but why? Because what happened? Okay, so it's this part. So we loop through each player, and then if it's not game over, and then the player targeting equals. Oh, okay, I passed the wrong value here. This should just be the position index because we're trying to find players that are targeting me. Yeah, before I was passing my position index or my target index, which of course always is something there because it's I'm targeting that position. Okay. Okay, good. That one went to idle. Okay, so now before I go any further, I need to smooth this out because it obviously doesn't look good when it just snaps. So let's see. So there's a couple things. The target, also when I'm holding a bomb, the target should be the bomb I'm holding. So it's another thing to deal with. Oop, sorry about that. So if yeah, and also yeah, if I've thrown a bomb, the bomb should or the target should be the bomb I threw. But only if it's within a certain distance, and then I should try to catch stuff. Okay. But yeah. Sorry, Coin. I didn't see your message. I guess I got too tunnel visioned. So is the ball? Is this like the ball sorting in Mario Party? Well, there's like that hot potato game. That's what I'm trying to remake here. I realize your message was from quite a while ago, so I apologize for that. I think it's called Hot Bomb in Mario Party. Yeah, I wish I didn't have to have these pretzel rocks messages in chat because they kind of clog it up. But let's see. The best free music player that I found that has stuff that's doesn't give me content ID, so let me think. Okay, so yeah, I want to make a smoothing thing for this, but I also want to get the targeting fixed. So I guess let's do the targeting first. Okay, so probably be simplest if I just have the script. Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say if I have something that just says that's about getting the target, but some of these interpolators might also depend on this code. So for the target, we need if holding bomb target is a holding bomb, and then if bomb we threw is within a certain range, target is that thrown bomb, and then if a bomb has been thrown towards us. And then otherwise, target equals null. And then for the idle, ready interpolator, if we have a target, it's 1. Then if some other player is targeting us, 1. I guess actually the first thing is if game over. Same with here. And then otherwise 0. Okay, and then we're gonna do the rest of them later. Because the only other interpolator, I guess, is the catch throw. Why did I say reader? This should be ready. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter if it's game over or not for this. So, if holding bomb if thrown bomb is within us 10 range, otherwise 0. Hi, Agent Buttocks. Thanks for coming by. How are you doing today? Okay, so this helped me organize this a little bit. We could probably fix this a little bit, but nearest incoming, nearest outgoing. Well, this would be, we'd have to find the source, so it's a little different, but I'm done with modeling. Well, I am for now anyway. I've been working on trying to make animations, and right now I'm kind of hooking up the animation controller with the actual game state. Okay. Okay, so right, so I want the nearest one. For this, actually, means the progress is smallest. And then player targeting me equals find player targeting me. And then holding bomb equals player dot holding bombs count greater than 0. We'll take the first in the list. Otherwise, we'll do -1. Okay, so I think this is pretty much all I need. Let's. Okay, so for the target, which we'll take care of first. Yeah, this should all go here. Okay, so if player dot is game over, then target is null. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna set it. Yeah, we can worry about optimizing this later. So else if holding bomb is, oops, greater than or equal to 0, then target equals bombs, holding bomb, game object. Else if nearest outgoing. Okay, well, we'll just not worry about within a certain range for now because yeah, we can, well, I guess it's not that difficult, so. We need to find, I guess I can just pass it, so, for this. Let's say if it's halfway out. Okay, and then all I have to do is that. So anything that's less than this will catch. I guess I can do the same thing here. I don't know if I'll need it. Nearest distance. Oh, wait, I think I got this backwards. This should be farthest. Okay, so anyway, if this is greater than or equal to 0, then target equals. Okay, so that's actually, this is a throw, so int bomb ID equals bomb helper. Yeah, I think I should rename this. Don't confuse myself. Okay, and then else if nearest incoming throw. And then last but not least, we set target to null, which it's set to null there by default. So, okay. Done with that. So for here, if player dot is game over, then animator idle ready interpolation is 0. If we have a target, what was I trying to say here? So if we have a target, we always have a target though. Oh, if we have a target bomb. Yeah, so this would be if target does not equal null. Then animator idle ready interpolation is 1. Else if player targeting me is greater than or equal to 0, then animator is 1. Else. And again, we could make this more efficient, but just for sake of simplicity, I'm just going to kind of do these fall through if statements. Okay, so here, if we're holding a bomb, it's 1, or the thrown bomb is within a range, then it's 1. So if player dot, or if holding bomb is greater than or equal to 0, animator catch throw interp is 1. Else if outgoing throw greater or equal to 0, then catch throw interpolation is 1. Otherwise, it's 0. Okay. So everything's going to be a little snappy because I don't do any interpolation for the interpolator values, but... Ooh. What's happening? They're disappearing. Oh, I think it's actually just that the hands are inside the body. But they're also not, like, they're throwing, but they're not catching. So, that means that this incoming throw part is not working, I think. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so they're all in. Yeah, so they're in ready state, but I guess the target's not being set correctly. Okay, I bet it's this part. So this should start at. Okay, I think I needed to just do a 1 minus here. Yeah, yeah, so if it's 1 distance away from us, which means it's on the other side, then that means it's had no progress. So yeah, we just need to do 1 minus. Yeah, there we go. It's still a little weird because you can see when they catch, it pushes inside, and I think that's just because we put the ball too close. All right, let's see. How big is the bomb? Okay, so the scale is 0.5, so that means the radius, I think, is 0.25. So I should probably I need to update that here because I think the radius is, yeah, 1/2. So that might help a little bit. But I can also put this hold anchor a little bit farther out. It looks pretty good. Now I just need to make it smoothly go from catch to pull and then or catch to push, and also the idle to active. Okay, so I think what I need to do, there's a couple ways I can do it. I think I might just make a helper function or a helper object that I can just set like the target, and then it will smoothly update. Okay, so let's do that. Smooth interpolator. Okay, so public float target. Okay, so update and return. I guess. Well, no, I'll just use delta time. Okay, so Unity has this like move towards function, which is really nice. So I think I could just use that. Basically, all it does is sees what side of at the target is at, and then it moves towards it by the delta and clamps. Okay, I guess I do need to have a speed. Okay, so private. So we have idle alert. And catch, throw. Okay, so now I just need to set the interpolator values instead of setting them directly on the animator. And then on the animator, we'll set idle equals update. Oh, did I make it private? Oh. Okay. that should take care of that problem. Let's make sure though. Yeah, that's much better. It still snaps back. Or does it? Yeah. But it seems to only do it sometimes. Yeah, like right there. I wonder if it's because I think that's something here. Like, I wonder if it's because of the easing, maybe? That, and it's not actually snapping back that much, it just looks like it. Let's remove this and see what it looks like with no easing. Should probably add easing to all of it, so it's just not linear, but... Yeah, sometimes they just snap back, and it seems to only happen when they throw to somebody that's next to them instead of across. Hmm. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out why it would just snap back so quickly. Because I do smooth interpolations here. Maybe, so the throw range is longer than the catch range. So, but I also have this interpolation where I interpolate between these two range interpolations, so it shouldn't just like snap to 0 so quickly. Alright, let's add back in the easing. So here I probably only want to do out. Let's see how that looks, because yeah, when you're throwing it, like at the minimum range. Also, are the okay. I was gonna say I wasn't sure if the paws were rotating the right way. Well, the catching looks pretty much perfect. It's just the throwing that has that really quick snap. Okay, well, that time it even did it when it was across, so... Let's see, so if I make the maximum catch range the same as the maximum throw range, let me see if that makes a difference. I don't really want it to work like this, so but at least I'll know what the bug is. Okay, no, it's still the snaps, but... Oh, but probably this is what I should have done. Let's see. No, okay, it still doesn't, so it's not really that. Hmm. Now what? Okay, let's just test it some more in our little scene. I want it to be 5 here. So, ready. Okay, so it's smooth there. Now what happens if it's like that? And then I turn off this. So it's still smooth. I mean, it doesn't... Seems like... It seems like it's losing the target quickly. So, actually, I think I know what the problem is. It's probably this thing that has like the maximum range. So let's set it to 1 and see if that fixes it. The reason I wanted to do that was because like if there's a bomb that's incoming that's a little bit closer than the bomb that we threw, I wanted the character to switch over to catching that bomb, but also switching targets, that's also a snappy motion. So what would be the best way to interpolate between targets? I kind of like to do that because I like to make all the animation nice and smooth. Okay, so that was the problem. There's still some weird stuff, but it has to do, again, with targets. Because, yeah, when the target is null, then they kind of just snap back to be in the ready state. Okay. Alright, so maybe what I need to do is I think instead of having just a target game object, I need to instead have like a target position. And then, so that way I can like smoothly interpolate this target position. Okay, this isn't that big of a deal because, yeah, the target is always, we only ever use the position anyway. Okay, so then here we would set the target dot position. Okay, so that's back to how it was. Um, hmm. Basically what I want to do is whenever the target is null, we'll just have like a fake target that is just like straight ahead, and then we'll smoothly interpolate between targets a little better. Alright, let's try that. Okay, so we'll have vector 3. I guess this is a position interpolator. Well, I was going to say that we want to exactly follow the target or the position of the target object. So I guess I just need to make sure the speed is fast, excuse me, fast enough to do that. I can actually copy this code and then change these to float 3s. Oh, yeah, the speed should just be a float. Okay, so yeah, whenever this is null, so float 3 dot, I guess I'm using vector 3s. Target position. If target is null, then we need to figure this out. Else, I guess I don't really have to do that. Do it like this. I just need private. Yeah, so the speed needs to be pretty quick, but air target equals. Okay. And then, so we just need to figure this out. Do we have the position helper? What was it? Game. Yeah. So why don't I just make another function here that's like public vector 3. I guess I don't really need to. So I just need to get this idle facing and then rotate a position a certain distance forward. Okay, so I don't have that positioner here. I think with unity quaternions I can just use the multiplier operator. So okay, so I don't know. Let's just put 5. Let's see. This might look kind of funny. What I'd really like to do is interpolate like a quaternion, like a facing. But the thing is that the animator uses an actual position because sometimes the position matters. I guess we'll have to think about that. This thing could store like the distance the last time we had a target and then keep that same distance for this idle facing, which we might have to do, but let's just see how this looks. Okay. I don't know what is going on. I'm just gonna set the speed really high. So basically it'll just snap like it did before, but no. Okay, that's disappointing. So yeah, if let's see here. All right, I guess we'll just leave it on the last known position. Okay, so this works. Another issue is, of course, rotation is instant. So that kind of messes things up too. Okay, well, I'm gonna think about this a little bit. Actually, we just hit the time, so I think this is a kind of good place to stop. My goal today was to finish this animation, so I might try to work on it a little bit before the next stream, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with I think the animation itself looks good. We just gotta get it really smooth and figure out these bugs. But thanks, Asian Buttocks. Yeah, I think this game it's pretty simple, but I think it has a good, you know, opportunity to make it pretty interesting. So when is my next stream? I'll be back here tomorrow at the same time, so around 10 Eastern, 10 US Eastern time, and we'll go for 4 hours again. But on YouTube. I don't know when that's gonna come out. I just need to. I've started writing this script, but I've got to finish it and then write the article and then edit it. So it'll probably be a couple weeks, especially since a lot of my time I'd normally spend on that is on this game instead. But not too long. I've already got all the research done, so that's always takes the longest. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming by and watching. Like I said, I'll be live on at 10 US Eastern time. Thanks, Steph. Yeah, I think it does look really cute. So yeah, I hope to see you there. I'll put some links in chat if you enjoyed the stream, so feel free to follow me anywhere. And I hope you all have a great afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.